OTB Spreads Prediction Show coming to you live on May 21st, Tequila Thursday, where we pour out, I want to cash on the books. Guys, just to review yesterday, MLB was absolute fire. In profit, another day. If you tailed every single call that I had, we edged them out. So that's all that matters. If you're subbed in for the premium plays, our top two MLB plays of the day cash, it was the Pirates on the lock, as well as the Brewers on the money line at plus money at plus 100. Brewers, no sweat. I saw a lot of guys out there taking the Cubs yesterday. I get it was a spot play in Wrigley to avoid the sweep. But no, Brewers handled them, man. Kyle Harrison's just a different animal. He's played great this year. And the bats have went cold on the Cubs. Look, the Cubs were one of my favorite teams to bet last year before the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, their bats went cold. They were horrendous. This is a streaky hitting team. They've been a streaky hitting team. Some of their best bats in the lineup are no longer with them, in my opinion. I think that Kyle Tucker is a good hitter. He wasn't elite for the fact that we like to play home runs. And I feel like as parlay bettors, we like to try and get some of them home runs. Kyle Tucker is inconsistent on that side. But as far as the hitter goes, he gets the ball in play quite often. And I think it did hurt their lineup. You know, I know that Alex Bregman's in there now, but Bregman wasn't my favorite hitter off the Red Sox last year. So it was a great play to take the Brewers yesterday at plus money. I don't know what that was all about with the books, if that was a spot play and they were trying to protect themselves. What it was, to me, it was clear. Better pitching matchup. Brewers have better hitters. They like to play small ball. They have no issue with just getting runners in scoring position and grinding in a run or two every couple innings. So they did just that. They won easily. Pirates, Carmen Mlodzinski's a beast, man. I said it again. I'll keep saying it. We're going to go back to the Pirates well today against St. Louis. St. Louis has been great. I just don't think that they can keep up the pace throughout the whole season. Their pitching staff has played lights out. And their pitching staff is playing above their ceiling, in my opinion. They're going to come back down below that ceiling here, and we saw that yesterday a little bit. So give me the Pirates today on the money line. But with that said, guys, all I ask you to do is drop a like, make sure to subscribe. We're going to go through the 7-game slate here. First game is at 1:10, so about in an hour as we're recording this at noon. And, man, let's get to it so you guys can lock in some of these plays, get the sides that I lean in the takes. If you tailed all of the very positive matchups yesterday on the suspects for props, very positive matchups. We took 9 of them and cashed 7 of the 9. Obviously, parlays pays all the same when you don't cash all 9. 0. But I just think it's a positive direction when you're hitting, at a 75% rate on the suspects. This is Blowout Alert. The link is in the descriptions tab. All you got to do is click on the link for Blowout Alert. You can sign up for free. Upgrade to Elite. You'll unlock batting signals from hits, home runs. A couple guys on home runs today. I'll give you guys a look. Juan Soto is a guy that they like. Ben Rice. Jacob Young out of Washington. You're like, that's fucking great value. I think he's like plus 1,000. If he goes yard and it signaled this, that's great for the app. It's great for all of us. You could play that by itself, man. Just Jacob Young on its own. But there's a couple guys I like in here more than others. Like I like Brandon Lowe a little bit more, Paul Goldschmidt, Juan Soto, Corbin Carroll. I think those were some good looks on the second page. You could look at maybe like a James Wood. I don't think Manzardo's playing today. Soler, I think Soler's due. He's another good spot. But, you got the list here. It's giving it to you. Who else may have opportunity today? Joe Adell went yard yesterday. Joe Adell cashed us in our parlay. We had Ohtani and Adell. Both of them went yard. Cashed us a plus 2,000 home run parlay. Yesterday out of MLB was a solid day. It was nice day. NBA, another good day. Blowout Alert, cash to slip. $100 to 2,000. You can't beat it. Guys, we were on the Spurs, though, so I gave that right back on the plus 8.5. The Spurs only lost by 9. If they would have made that last-minute jump shot, I think it would have been a great play. It was a great spot play for the Spurs. Like I said, if you watched my NBA video yesterday, I said that the Spurs, if the spread was at minus 4.5, I'd have been on the Thunder. And I probably backed off my original feel. If you watch the very first take on game 1, I said, hey, listen, Thunder are going to win game 2. They're going to, regardless of what happens, whoever wins the first game is going to win game 2. They're going to split 1-1. I believe they're going to do the same thing in San Antonio. They're going to split San Antonio 1-1. This game's going 7 games in my opinion. So, and it also didn't help Dylan Harper win out. Dylan Harper, in my opinion, scores the ball better than Stephon Castle when it comes to clutch moments. So, but that's not here nor there. Let's get into the MLB slate. Let's talk baseball. So, without further ado, let's get into the slate, man. We got Cleveland Guardians, Cantillo versus Mize. Look, Casey Mize has actually had a pretty damn good season so far at a 2.43 RA, 2-2 in his starts. Cantillo, on the other hand, a little bit better strikeout stuff. I side with Cantillo today. Tigers bats, I thought yesterday was a good spot for the Tigers. They did go to extras with the Guardians, and the Guardians beat them in extras. I'm going to go back to the well here with the Guardians. They've just looked like the better team. Detroit Tigers, once again, I think they got the better bats in this lineup and in this matchup, really. But they just haven't been showing up. The bats for Detroit just haven't been showing up. I think Schoolball, out of the starting rotation has hurt them a bit. They can't lean on their pitching as much as they would like. And I think today's a perfect play out of the Guardians matchup to take the Guardians. It's not my favorite play on the board because this feels like a coin flip game, but there is some value at plus money on the Guardians at plus 102. So give me the Guardians here to get another win in Detroit today and have the better pitcher matchup with the better strikeout stuff. So that's where we're at on this one. Like I told you, you guys can upgrade. Go to Winible link, download for free. You'll get a couple player props on the free sub, but you'll also get way more and unlock way more from hit rates, batting signals, all of that good stuff. Slate stack, all that stuff when you sign up for Elite, all right? You're going to be able to take a look at a deeper dive, even with Ks, right? Like, you're going to be able to take a look and see who's who and who you want to take and go from there, all right? So I think the most valuable is the home run and the hits, and then you go over here and you just take a look, okay, positive. Who's a positive for a hit today? It's saying Riley Green. We took Riley Green yesterday. He was on our slip. Out of this matchup, I think I like the under on I know it's recommending doubles, but the doubles don't have great, they're juiced, it's like minus 400 for Jamani Jones to hit under a double. So I would recommend taking the under 1.5 total bases when you see doubles as a positive. Okay, that's kind of where I'm at, and I like the Guardians here. All right, on to the next one. I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. We already know I like the Pirates on the money line here. I like Connor Griffin for a hit today. That's another great positive spot, man. Connor Griffin's been hitting the ball. He's got multiple hits in multiple games this week. I think he keeps it up. One of the better hitters. He's showing up as one of the better hitters in the MLB currently. So give me the Pirates on the money line. Let's move on into the Mets and Nationals here. So Mets, Nationals. Mets got one. The Nationals got the others. It's just been a high-scoring game. I think the minus 7.5 is a little low. I know the wind is breezing today out in Washington. It's a little rainy. It's pitcher-friendly weather today. And I know that they have Peterson on the mound. Peterson's been respectable, not great. He's got good strikeout stuff. But they got really good hitters in this lineup. In my opinion, two of the better pitchers in the rotations are going today. You got Cavalli and you got Pedersen. But both give up home runs, man. Both are suspects when it comes to home runs. Cavalli has only given up 3 on the year, but he's given them up recently in his last 2 starts. So I'm going to look to see this thing go on the over, as well as the Nationals to win this one today on the money line at minus 104. A couple player props I like out of this one. I like C.J. Abrams for a hit. And another one we can take a quick look at. Let's see who else we have. Carson Benji. He's been fantastic. You can go to him for a hit as well. But yeah, Abrams, Benji for a hit. Both of those guys are good looks for player props. All right. Into Atlanta Marlins. Now we're getting into the later slates. We're looking at the 6:40 start times here. Look, man, this is a great pitching matchup. You got Strider, 2.45 ERA. Sandy Alcantarian, 3.5 ERA. Playing at home. He plays way better down in Miami than he does on the road. Strider here. I just can't get off of Spencer Strider. He looked good in his last start. I think that this is a great spot for these teams to lean on their pitchers, try and steal, to me, whoever steals the runs from the starter today is going to be the team that wins. I trust the bats a little bit more. I don't know if Acuna is going to be going today. It's not official yet. We're waiting on the official to see if he's going to play. But even then, I still like the bats in this Braves batting order. more than the Marlins, even though the Marlins are one of the better hitting teams in the month of May. 34-16 for a reason, guys. The Braves at -136. I don't want to be on the wrong side here. This series has kind of been back and forth. We saw the Marlins blow out the Braves the other day, and then we saw the Braves blow out the Marlins the other day. I think this is a much closer game here. So give me the Braves on the money line at -136. I don't want to mess with the run line here on the Braves side or Miami. I think this thing is like a 5-3 game today, and that's my opinion on it. So we'll move on into the next, and since it's 5-3, the over's in play at 7.5, but it's going to be tight. So give me the Braves over the Marlins today on the money line. A couple player props that I liked out of this one. Off of our suspects, I liked Otto Lopez for a hit, and hits allowed with Spencer Strider on the under. I think that's a good look. He's going to allow less than 5 hits. I think that's a good look. So Strider for under 5 hits, and then Otto Lopez for 1 of those 5 or those 4 he may give up. He may not even give up 4, but I do like Otto Lopez. He's been hitting the ball really well. Top hitter in the MLB. How can you fade him, especially when it's giving us a recommendation? All right, on to Blue Jays Yankees. Yankees bats just haven't been there. Rondon looked awful in his last start. Braden Fisher has not a household name. We don't really know him like that, but he's got a great ERA right now. You could argue there's some regression, but Blue Jays, man, they've been sneaky here as of late. They looked awful to start the season, but they've been playing better ball as of late. I don't absolutely love this matchup, but it's hard for me to move away from the Blue Jays at this moment. You know, I'm looking at the line and I'm like, okay, it's plus money. The bats for the Yankees have been cold. They haven't been there. So I'm going to go to the Blue Jays today, guys. At plus money, the lower ERA, the pitcher who's had the better stuff recently. I know it's hard. It's really hard to fade the Yankees sometimes because you don't know who you're going to get. You don't know if Rondon's going to come out there and throw his stuff that he was throwing last year, look good, lower that ERA, and the bats are going to wake up, and Ben Rice and Aaron Judge, you know, Paul Goldschmidt, big bats in that lineup, even Jazz Chisholm. I like Jazz for a hit today, so give me Jazz for a hit. It's being recommended over here. I think Springer gets a hit as well. Those are 2 good looks, Jazz and Springer both for a hit. And honestly, give me the Blue Jays on the money line, plus 126. It's too much value there. And I think they're the better matchup today. I would say that maybe look at the under on this one. I think this is a lower scoring game. I don't think the bats really get going and drive in a lot of runs. So I favor the under here. Blue Jays money line, Jazz Chisholm for a hit, George Springer for a hit. All right, that's where we're at on this one. And we're going to keep it moving into the A's and Angels, guys. We got Jose Soriano on the mound. The Angels have not looked good. A's, on the other hand, have been driving in some runs. The bats have been there. You've got Nick Kurtz playing out of his mind. Brent Rooker's kind of turning the corner. I kind of like Brent Rooker for a home run today. But at the same time, I would give a look to Soler off of the Angels for a home run today as well. They don't have their best pitcher on the mound in Severino. He kind of, walks guys sometimes, especially in those mid innings, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. He puts guys on base. That could be a problem, especially when you got guys like Trout, Soler, Neto in the lineup, Joe Adele. All those guys can easily go yard, drive in multiple runs. So give me, in this case today, give me the Angels here to get a win on the money line. It's a much needed win at -112. I trust the bats going up against a guy like Severino. And even though Soriano struggles sometimes in Angels Stadium historically, I think that Soriano can get to this Angels lineup and let the bats drive in some runs in those mid innings. So give me the Angels here on the money line, guys, and just a couple looks like I think you say Zach Geloff. I think that's how you say his name. He scored some runs in the last couple games. I don't think he scores a run today. And I don't think Hernes scores a run today. So you could take both of those guys for under 1 run scored. And for hits, I don't know if I want to do a hit prop out of the Angels today. I did say that I liked a couple of the guys, but I think I might just stay off of the hits. If you want to take a look at Zach Neto might be a spot for a hit today. But I'd prefer to take the unders today on runs for Geloff and Hernandez. So that's where I'm at for player props out of this matchup. And give me the Angels on the money line. Last game of the night, Rockies, Diamondbacks. Look, Diamondbacks have been one of the better teams as far as slugging percentage goes in the month of May. I like the pitcher in Rodriguez more than I like the pitcher in Agnos. So in this spot, I am going to go with the run line. I know that the run line is juicier on the Rockies, honestly. It feels like having the 1.5 in your pocket might come in handy. By far, this isn't my favorite play because they're kind of boxing us in here to take the run line. And when Vegas does this, it tells me they think it's going to be a close game. They're protecting themselves on both sides. So I would fade the money line here on the Diamondbacks, and I would go with the -1.5 on the run line. I just trust the manufacturing of runs and the better hitters in the lineup with Marte, Corbin Carroll, Vargas, all those guys, Del Castillo, Perdomo, to drive in and manufacture a little bit more runs. These guys tend to strike out a little bit more. They got some good bats in Moniak and Goodman. I don't think, McCarthy's a good bat. I like McCarthy for a hit today. He's a player prop that I like for a hit today. I like Corbin Carroll for a hit today as well, or 2 total bases. So those are some looks right there, guys. So I'm going to go -1.5 on the run line with the Diamondbacks. I gave you Corbin Carroll for 2 bases. I like McCarthy for a hit. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. That's the slate. That's the 7-game slate. Just to review it real quick. Money line, Guardians. Money line, Pirates. Money line, Washington. Money line, Atlanta Braves. Money line, Blue Jays. Money line, Angels. And then -1.5 on the run line with Arizona. And like I always say, only about 10% of the games the run line actually is relevant. And so if you can kind of pinpoint the winning teams, 2 to 3 of them, and take the -1.5, you can build yourself a nice little plus money parlay, So today, I would say if I had to make a call on what teams win by more than 1.5 runs, I would say it's going to be out of this Blue Jays game today. The winner in this game will win by more than 1.5. They will win by 2 runs. I think in this A's game, the winner will win by 2 runs. And then, obviously I'm over here on this side, so I'm going to say the Arizona Diamondbacks win by 2 runs. So you could take these 3 last games by 2 runs, Arizona, Angels, and Blue Jays, see what happens. That's my take on that one, guys. So I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure to just drop a like in the comments. Let me know who you like for a home run today. Let me know who you like for money lines, or if you're on the opposite side. Like if you like the Marlins today over the Braves, drop it in there. Let me know, because I don't disagree. I think that's going to be a good matchup. It'll be a close matchup. Alcantara has been a phenomenal pitcher so far in 2026. So let's see if he keeps it up, or if we see some regression from him today up against those big bats in the Braves lineup. But yeah, man, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to sub in if you want my premium plays over at the Winible link. That is in the description. You can use the code word tequila today. Save even more than what we normally have with the code word edge. But that's it, guys. I'm signing off, and you know what it is. It's Tequila Thursday, and we're booking a one-way because the weekend's arriving. I'll see y'all soon. Let's get it.